morning. Today is Monday, March 14th. I'm Maureen Kyle with your 3 News Now morning update. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me on the WKYC Facebook and Instagram pages. And we start with Matt in for Holly on what will be a warm week. Hi, Matt.
All right, thanks, Mo. In terms of the weather today, it's just going to be gorgeous. I mean, it doesn't get any better than this, especially after a cold weekend that we have. As we go hour by hour today, we'll make it into the 50s. We will have some intervals of clouds that move through. But other than that, we're dry. We'll see some sunshine as well. Tomorrow, a little bit different story. Frontal boundary will sag south across the lake. You notice the shower chances as we go throughout the day. Not a washout, but we could see some passing showers. Temperatures very similar to today, and the fact we'll be in the 50s once again, so bonus territory. In terms of high temperatures this week, though, we don't stop at the 50s. We get up into the 60s by Wednesday, near 70 on St. Patrick's Day before we tail off for the weekend with some rainfall chances. So what's that look like? Well, here you go. Union Home Mortgage 7-day forecast. Lots of sunshine Wednesday, Thursday, really the 2 picks of the week. But today's not bad either. And then Friday, Saturday, that's when our next system moves in with some rainfall chances. Temperatures will tail off into the 40s beyond that, but we bounce back quick. Sunday, back into some sunshine and temps near 50 degrees. Mo.
All right, Matt, thank you so much. Now let's get to the latest from Ukraine this morning. Russia is stepping up its attacks in the western part of the country near the border with Poland. Russian missiles hit a Ukrainian military base about 20 miles from the Polish border on Sunday. Ukrainian officials say 35 people were killed and 134 others were injured. The base is where Ukrainian troops had trained with NATO forces in the past, but a NATO official says no personnel from the alliance were at the base. President Joe Biden has said NATO will defend its territory against Russia. Millions of refugees continue to flood Ukraine's border in a desperate attempt to reach safety from the war. And some Northeast Ohioans are traveling overseas just to help. Paul Jarris, a businessman from Put-in Bay, has been back and forth from Eastern Europe. On his Facebook page, he shows refugees from Ukraine. He also has a GoFundMe page, and that's how he raises money for these refugees.
100%. I was there to help do anything, to distribute money, to put blankets on people. Now they're working. And they're my interpreters because they're going from group to group, family to family. They personally have passed out over $20,000.
Paul has so many compelling stories on his Facebook page. He's been giving out $100 at a time to refugees and says in Poland, that goes a long way. And with Russia's invasion of Ukraine has come the rise of gas prices. They are now averaging $4.43 nationwide and $4.08 here in Ohio. Because of these steep spikes, Uber is announcing a surcharge to fares and deliveries. So if you book a ride, expect to pay 45 to 55 more cents a trip. And if you normally have your groceries delivered, add on 35 to 45 cents more to your bill. Experts say the increase is temporary, but it leaves us wondering, how long will this last? All right, well, recent studies show Americans are responding to the high gas prices by driving less and reduced travel due to pandemic from work from home setups. All right, well, so much excitement for the Akron Zips this morning as they won over Kent State to earn a ticket to March Madness. They'll be the 13 seed, and they're going to play UCLA on Thursday. Head coach John Gross talks to us about how the team feels right now.
Just happy for our players, you know, that they get an opportunity to participate in March Madness. None of our guys have had the chance to do that. It's been a goal they've had, and some of those guys are still with us that were on the 19-20 team. 2019-20, that were the #1 seed and broke the school record for regular season wins or tied it. And we had a great team and didn't get the opportunity to compete in the MAC tournament. So I think they're even more grateful.
All right, well, the team has not been to the tournament since 2013. We're going to be cheering them on. Here are 3 other things to know this morning, starting with a mask policy for Akron schools. The school stated at the end of last week that masks are now optional for students and staff and in all buildings and school transportation. This also applies to visitors. Anybody who feels safe wearing a mask or is at higher risk of illness is still welcome to continue wearing one. Lorraine Fire is sharing an update on this massive fire at an old factory that burned late Friday and into Saturday morning. They said this is the old American Crucible Products building, but it's been abandoned for years. Fire officials think squatters are to blame for starting the fire, and because of that, a cause may never be known. It took 5 hours to put out the flames. A Cuyahoga County corrections officer killed 1 year ago yesterday was remembered. 29-year-old Timoteo Carlos Cruz was working security at Rookie's Bar in Parma when a person who had been asked to leave opened fire with an AR-15. Cruz shot the gunman and stopped the attack, but he was shot as well. Family and friends created the Tim Cruz Be a Hero Foundation in his honor.
My kid was an advocate for the underdog. He was in big brother mode at all times. He's always looking to help somebody, some way, somehow.
Officer Cruz leaves behind a 4-year-old son, longtime girlfriend, and 9 siblings. All right, well, thank you for taking the time to join me for this 3 News Now morning update. Our digital team will continue to bring you the stories making headlines around Northeast Ohio and the world. Make sure you continue to check our social media pages and WKYC.com throughout the day. I'm Maureen Kyle. I'll see you tomorrow morning on Go starting at 4:30 a.m. Have a great day.